Hello, I am coming to you from my sister's room where I am nested for the night because I desperately needed a night to myself for self care and alone time and to work on some creative projects that I wanted to do um, because I've not been getting a lot of alone time. And my lovely sister offered me her apartment, and it feels so nice to just be here. And I have some tea. Boops. And I hope you can get yourself a warm beverage too. And I kind of wanted to talk about trying and effort and the balance between that, because I am a student and I am on summer break right now, and it's a really I almost spilled the tea. It's such an interesting dynamic of extreme busyness and complete calm, because when I'm in school in New York, I am very, very busy most of the time. And I'm just, kind of in a grind mode. And that's also what New York does to you, I would say. But especially in my field as an artist and someone who still wants to grow their career, that pressure is just automatically there, and it's kind of hard to avoid. And now I'm home for a few weeks, and I've had a lot of time, and I also spent some time traveling and working and all that stuff. But now I was kind of forced to rest for a while, and I was trying to find a way to get a job for the time that I'm here, and so far nothing has been found. And I got really frustrated about it, aside from wanting, of course, to make money, but also the resistance I have to going with the flow, and that I always want things to be a certain way, and I have so many expectations of how I want my time to look like. And I am such a Capricorn. I really believe in planning and organization, and I freaking just love that shit. Like a good to-do list. It's just the sound of when you tick off a box in your to-do list is like the best. Literally this afternoon I was working on I put like an hour into creating the perfect Notion planner. And I got the inspo from Unjaded Jade, who you should definitely watch. So yeah, I really believe in organization, but also over the past few years, I've really been trying to turn off my over planning brain sometimes, and my habit of just grasping so much to what a moment is supposed to be like, because it can really, really block you, especially if you're creative. And especially also if you're a really sensitive person, who unfortunately I truly am. And I feel like it's been a burden, but also a gift my whole life, to just feel everything so deeply. And even the fact that I desperately needed to carve out an evening for myself, I could see that as a burden, but I could also see it as a gift. And I could try to fight it, but I could also try to sit with it and accept it and be like, you know what? Yeah, I do really need time for myself, and I need this evening for myself. And fighting it isn't really gonna work it. What? It's really gonna. What was I trying to say? Fighting it isn't really gonna change it. What the hell was I trying to say? Anyway, fighting it is not going to work. And sometimes we have to first, of course, find out if a need is truly what we actually need, or if it's a way to escape. Like, for example, sometimes staying in can be because we're trying to avoid facing something, or we're scared of going out there in the world. But when you've spent some time with yourself and you're on a journey of healing and of self-development, I feel like you really get a sense for it. And tonight I just try to not fight it, and instantly there's a switch that flips. Probably also because I went to meditation, and that really, really helped clear my mind. But also, letting go is so important sometimes. So right now I'm trying to find the balance between effort and productivity and organization and flow and ease and surrender, because some of the most magical moments have happened in my life when I completely went with the flow. Like few weeks or more, so like 2 months or a month or two ago in New York, I felt really stuck and I was not having the best day, and I took a walk and I ran into my friend, and he was also with some friends, and he was like, "Do you want to join me?" And I was like, "Sure." And we just sat there talking, and I got to know them, and we had the best time, had so much fun. And then they were like, "We're going to this comedy show that someone is doing in their apartment." And the part of me was like, "No, I already, like, there were so many things I wanted to do today." And then this other part of me just took over that was like, "What are you doing? You're getting this opportunity to do something completely random and spontaneous in New York, and it sounds so fun. Just go with it. Just do it. What's the worst that could happen?" And I ended up having a great time. It was so fun, and it just keeps reminding me of what life is going to send you when you let go, because I truly think that the universe responds to that vibration, and it will see that you're trusting it and what it has to offer you. And also that maybe with time you will see what it is that you need. But also, productivity and being able to go into that like powerful grind mode is also a superpower that I think we have to learn to access, so that we can trust ourselves to get through hard situations or build a life for ourselves that we really want. And it's kind of this like alter ego and like archetype of just wanting to get that bread. What a funny thing to say. But also, there has to be a balance to it. And yeah, I think it's up to us to find out what that balance is, and it is different for every single human being, and it also depends on the season of life that you're in. And I think sometimes the season of life that we're in is maybe not what we want it to be, especially if you're going through a really rough time. You probably don't want to be in that rough time, and you would rather escape it and just instantly make it be better. But how many times have we gone through a rough patch and then afterwards realized, damn, I really needed that. I needed to grow, I needed to learn. And I've just been realizing how often we want to escape our current reality and try to change it, and always think of how much better our life would be if this one thing was different, and if we were somewhere else, and da-da-da. And it always reminds me of coming back to the basics and not overcomplicating healing too much. Even just choosing to accept the moment that you're in can change so much. Just remind yourself to bring acceptance, even just saying to yourself that one word, acceptance, acceptance. And that doesn't mean that we don't want to change something in our lives or that we have to stay stuck. I remember I used to ask this question to my meditation teacher about like, but does that mean like accepting things as they are and trying to be more at peace with our reality, that we're just gonna like do nothing and accept like terrible things? Or if we want to change something in our life, like, I mean, is a person just gonna stay in an abusive situation or in a place that they don't resonate with? And he told me that's not the case at all. It's more about first having the ability to accept where you are, and then you can even better decipher between if you really want to make that change, if it's coming from a true place. And you will also get to recognize what it is that you need to truly thrive. But it just creates more space. It creates more space and it creates more compassion. And it makes life easier, because how often are we in situations that we kind of don't want to be in, but we still have to, even if it's just having to do a really annoying administrative task, or I don't know, sit in a chair for 3 hours waiting for a passport appointment. And how beautiful it would be to just be in that moment. Now I kind of went on a rampage about something else, but kind of all in all, to summarize, it can be so healing to just let go and drop into the moment right now and just trust that maybe that's where you're supposed to be right now, and not always try to escape it, and also to be sometimes, and maybe the doing will come naturally once we learn how to be. That's my thoughts for today. And I think now I'm gonna go to bed soon and enjoy this empty apartment thanks to my sister. And I hope you can take something positive away from this. Bye.